AGC mode once.
Принято.
Views nominal, copy.
This view is the same view that the three crew members are seeing inside the descent module on their control panel.
CV more.
This is the external camera crosshaired view from the Soyuz MS-27.
I have soft dock.
You're familiar with that crosshaired engineering view. You'll see the data in the lower left-hand screen represent the distance that the Soyuz will have backed away from the International Space Station and its rate of departure.
I'm activating the headlight. S-17 commanding. We activated the headlight. ISS power connection is not lit. Docking system remote control is not lit. With your go, we are ready to power up the docking system at 043900. I confirm 043900. That's command D7 from the command control panel. Copy.
Again, a great view of the Soyuz MS-27 in the final minutes before its departure from the Prishal module. Less than 4.5 minutes now before the command is issued for the undocking. Once again, physical separation will occur 90 seconds after the issuance of that command.
All right, now this could be the last Soyuz space capsule we see at the International Space Station for quite some time. Due to the failure of their launch system during their last launch, they will be unable to launch for some period of time.
Just to reset some of the upcoming events, the undocking command is scheduled just over 3 minutes from now at 7:40 p.m. Central Time. 90 seconds later, physical separation. 3 minutes after physical separation is the first of 2 separation burns of the Soyuz thrusters. This will be an 8-second burn to increase its departure rate by 0.53 meters per second. The second separation burn occurs about 1 minute and 20 seconds after that, a 15-second burn to further increase the opening rate by 1.61 meters per second.
Now we're going to stream the separation as well as the re-entry and the recovery of this spacecraft. We're going to go for the duration here. We're probably going to be here another 3 hours, 4 hours until what remains of this spacecraft is recovered. Now they're rotating out, but they don't have a way to put more astronauts back up.
30 seconds.
Just over a minute away from the undocking command being issued to begin the trip home for Kim, Rizhikov, and Zabritsky, and a chilly homecoming on the steppe of Kazakhstan on Tuesday morning.
4, 3, 2, 1. Commanding.
Again, it's 90 seconds from the command.
D11 lit, D15 lit,
The Soyuz docking mechanism has now been activated.
lit. TS8 mechanical connection is lit. With your go at 4:40, we are ready to command hook opening. Yes, you have a go to command D17 at 04:40. Copy. Commanding in 20 seconds.
Standing by for the issuance of the undocking command.
10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Commanding.
And the command has been sent to open the hooks. This will take about 90 seconds to complete.
Closed, not lit. S13 is not lit. Transfer hatch closed is lit.
The hooks are driving according to telemetry being received at the Russian Mission Control Center.
Pressurization. Copy, awaiting separation. Copy.
About 30 seconds away from physical separation. Mechanical connection is not lit. And we have undocking.
0441 36. I have separation. Docking system mode is complete. Soft dock is not lit. I have attitude system readiness 1 and 2. And indicator mode is not lit.
Undocking confirmed at 7:41 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time, as Soyuz of the International Space Station flew 262 miles over eastern Mongolia.
Condition. Let me see.
Expedition 73 in the history books. Expedition 74 now officially underway.
Is clean, no FOG, and we're continuing to separate. Favore, please confirm interface condition.
This view from the Soyuz external engineering camera.
2 minutes to first burn.
That first burn, as mentioned, an 8-second burst of the Soyuz engines. That will initiate a faster opening rate. Johnny Kim, Sergei Rizhikov, and Alexei Zabritsky on the way home. Undocking occurring flawlessly on time at 7:41 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time.
In 1 minute, we'll have depot burn.
Up until the undocking, for the first time in history, every single docking port of the International Space Station had been occupied. Now there is an open parking place.
Favore, Moscow on interface conditions. I reported that the docking interface is clean and there are no debris. We're continuing to separate. 10 seconds to thruster firing. I have thruster firing.
And the first of the two separation burns being conducted.
8 seconds, burn complete.
And it was a nominal burn, 8 seconds in duration.
We have attitude.
The second burn of 15 seconds in duration, about 1 minute and 20 seconds from now.
Экипаж МКС ЦУПу Москвы в канале СГ-1 для сверчкова.
I have attitude readiness and we are waiting for
the Soyuz reported to be stable, flying over southeastern Russia.
30 seconds.
Принято в работе. Принято.
Standing by for the second separation burn. And the burn is underway.
Firing for the second burn. 7 seconds. 10. We are translating towards the USOS. The burn.
And the second burn of 15 seconds in duration was nominal. So the Soyuz has increased its opening rate on the International Space Station after an on-time departure.
Victor 18 is primed. We're sending the command. The command is sent. We are continuing in page 50. We have time cycle completion. Rate sensors not lit. Accelerometer is not lit. Prop system pressurization is not lit. And we're priming Ivan 1. What's the E1 status? It is lit. We are priming Andrei 11. Don't touch. With your go, we are ready to select first thruster manifold. That's correct. A11. Commanding A11. Andrei 13 is not lit. Priming D8.
As the Soyuz MS-27 moves further and further away from the space station, the search and recovery forces, called Rosaviatsa, with NASA personnel embedded in the recovery team, will soon be making their way to the airfield in Zhezkazgan, the forward staging area for tonight's landing and recovery of the crew.
To go off the big screen. Yes, command rotation controller in attitude control mode. Copy.
All of the Soyuz systems reported to be in great shape. Next up on the checklist of timelined events will be the deorbit burn. That is scheduled at 10:09 and 46 seconds Central Time, 11:09 and 46 seconds Eastern Time, a 4-minute, 42-second braking maneuver to slow the Soyuz down by 128 meters per second.
Control mode, and we're stowing the translation hand controller in transmit position. Copy.
A good view of the Soyuz near the limb of the Earth as it flies from northwest to southeast, now crossing the Kamchatka Peninsula. On board, NASA's Johnny Kim and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergei Ryzhikov and Alexei Zabritsky. We're about 3 hours, 13 minutes away from touchdown of this vehicle, the descent module, a parachute-assisted landing on the steppe of Kazakhstan.
Moscow, Favory, circle tank pressure 167, second section 171, 491 is the prop pressure, and with your go on ready to deactivate video. Let's deactivate video, Favory. We have a go, copy. I deactivated video at 04:51:20.
Москвы. Признак спуск введен. Уставки на спуск заведены.
Favory, we have the descent flag. The settings are ready, and we'll be working on page 54, but we have plenty of time before that. Copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. If you're just joining us, you're looking at the Soyuz MS-27 spacecraft, having undocked from the International Space Station about 13 minutes ago at 7:41 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time, 8:41 and 30 seconds p.m. Eastern Time, as Soyuz and the International Space Station flew 262 miles over eastern Mongolia. Aboard the Soyuz, NASA's Johnny Kim and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergei Ryzhikov and Alexei Zabritsky are in the home stretch of a 245-day mission in which they will have traveled almost 104 million miles. Their destination is the chilly steppe of Kazakhstan, some 91 miles to the southeast of the town of Zhezkazgan, where the Rosaviatsa search and recovery forces will be awaiting their arrival. After touchdown, the main event will be to extract the crew, place them in comfortable chairs by their capsule so that they can have a few minutes in an effort to try to regain some equilibrium after 8 months of weightlessness. They will be brought in those chairs into a nearby inflatable medical tent where they will remove their SOCA launch and entry suits, get into more comfortable clothing, receive initial medical exams, and then be brought into 3 nearby helicopters, Russian Mi-8 helicopters, 1 for each crew member, to be flown back to the prime staging city in Karaganda, Kazakhstan, which is northeast of the landing site. Kim will board a NASA plane to fly back to Houston. Ryzhikov and Zabritsky will board a Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center aircraft to fly back to their training base and their home in Star City, Russia, outside of Moscow.
Фаворы по Москве.
Фаворы, Moscow.
Фаворы на связи.
This is Favore.
Фаворы, все идет штатно в соответствии с программой полета.
Everything is nominal according to the flight program. Please stay online.
Будем работать по странице 54.
We expect the next com session at 0600 and we'll be performing steps in page 54. Copy. Next com session at 0600 and we'll be performing page 54. And please be on comms. If there are any questions, we're always ready to answer. Copy. Thank you.
This is Mission Control Houston. The Russian flight controllers in Korolyov outside of Moscow continuing to have a dialogue with Soyuz commander Sergei Ryzhikov aboard the Soyuz MS-27 along with Johnny Kim seated to his right and with Alexei Zabritsky seated to Ryzhikov's left in the center section of the Soyuz, the descent module. The Soyuz moving to a safe distance away from the International Space Station for the initiation of a deorbit burn at 10:09 and 46 seconds p.m. Central Time, 11:09 and 46 seconds p.m. Eastern Time. This is basically a braking maneuver to enable the Soyuz to drop out of orbit for its high-speed entry back to Earth.
Суб Москвы, ВГ-1 по радиограмме 55. Отвечаем, ВГ-1. Миш выполнил съемку стыковочного узла.
Fading from view, the Soyuz MS-27 on course to reach a distance of some 41 kilometers away from the International Space Station for the initiation of a deorbit burn about 2 hours and 9 minutes from now. The three crew members aboard the Soyuz, Kim, Ryzhikov, and Zabritsky, launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome back on April 8th. It was a two-orbit rendezvous, which is typical now for crewed Soyuz missions. They reached the station just over 3 hours after their liftoff, docking to that Prishal module, the same docking port that they departed from about 22 minutes ago. The crew saw the arrival of 9 visiting vehicles and the departure of 6 visiting vehicles. And while on board, Kim, Ryzhikov, and Zabritsky were part of the commemoration of the 25th anniversary of a permanent human occupancy on the International Space Station, as well as the arrival of the new Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency cargo ship, the HTVX-1. As the Soyuz is just about out of view from cameras on the International Space Station, the initial report from the NASA team embedded with the Rosaviatsia Search and Recovery Forces is that they are departing their hotel in Zhezkazgan for the airfield there, where they will board the Russian Mi-8 helicopters eventually to fly down to the landing site. Right now, the temperature in Zhezkazgan is 20 degrees Fahrenheit with light snow. The Russian flight controllers are in the process of uplinking landing site coordinates for the onboard computers on the Soyuz. The landing site will be about 91.3 statute miles southeast of Zhezkazgan, with the landing occurring 2 hours and 6 minutes after sunrise. Sunrise at the landing site is about 52 minutes from now. with the deorbit burn planned for 10:09 and 46 seconds Central Time. This is Mission Control Houston with the Soyuz MS-27 now having passed out of visual range of external cameras on the International Space Station. We have an animation that will depict the next several activities leading up to the touchdown of the vehicle on the steppe of Kazakhstan. As we just saw, the whole entry process begins with the undocking of the Soyuz. Of course, that occurred a short time ago at 7:41 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time. The Soyuz backs away to a distance of about 41 kilometers away from the International Space Station for the deorbit burn, which is a 4-minute, 42-second retrograde braking maneuver to slow the Soyuz down and allow it to drop out of orbit. Some 24 minutes after the deorbit burn is complete, pyrotechnics will separate the three sections of the Soyuz. The crew, of course, strapped into their seats in the descent module with the heat shield in the direction of travel to repel temperatures that will build up to about 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit. The first major activity after that will be the command to open the chutes, first drogue chutes, then the main parachute, and just a few seconds before touchdown, the soft landing thrusters will fire just about 1 to 2 seconds above the ground. That is a final braking maneuver to soften the landing for the crew on board, and the Soyuz will be home. Landing is scheduled tonight at 11:03 and 55 seconds p.m. Central Time, 12:03 and 55 seconds a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday, 10:03 and 55 seconds a.m. at the landing site in Kazakhstan, about 91 miles to the southeast of the town of Zhezkazgan, where the Rosaviatsa search and recovery forces will be moving to the airfield there to board Russian Mi-8 helicopters to make their way to the landing site for the recovery of the crew. We will be back on the air at 9:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time for deorbit burn, entry and landing, and the recovery of the crew on the steppe of Kazakhstan. So stay with us throughout the evening for the final chapter in the 245-day mission of NASA's Johnny Kim and Roscosmos cosmonauts Sergei Ryzhikov and Alexei Zabritsky. With Expedition 74 now officially underway aboard the International Space Station, we'll take a pause and we'll be back with you in about an hour and 20 minutes. This is Mission Control Houston.
That's all, folks.